Hey, how's it going? I'm Jacob Barton.
And I'm Nick Anastasi.
And hopefully you're here watching Take 2. In October, our video production class took a field trip to Faneuil Hall in Boston to make a video essay based on certain topics given to us by our teacher. This group was given the topic and task of making an essay on food in Faneuil Hall. Here it is.
Didn't that look like fun? Other groups had topics such as style and texture, all adding up to a great day trip in Boston.
That was certainly nice, but let's take a look at VP2's most recent project.
For this one, the class was assigned to an adaptation of a classic fairy tale. I guarantee that this one should be quite familiar.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl who was loved by everyone who looked at her. She was once given a little riding hood of red velvet, which suited her so well that she would never wear anything else, so she was always called Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother said to her, "Come, Little Red, my dear, here is a piece of cake and a bottle of wine. Take them to your grandmother, she is sick, and they will do her good. Set out before it is too late, and when you are going, walk nicely and quietly, and do not run off the path, or you may find yourself lost." Her grandmother lived out in the wood, half a league from the village, and just as Red entered the wood, she encountered a wolf. She did not know what a wicked creature he was, and was not at all afraid of him. They exchanged pleasantries. When asked where she was going, Little Red revealed to the wolf the exact location of her grandmother's home. The wolf thought to himself, "What a tender young creature! What a nice plump mouthful! She will be better to eat than the old woman. I must act craftily so as to catch both." Little Red raised her eyes, and when she saw a clear light of day and the crisp leaves resting all about, she thought, "Suppose I take grandmother a bright leaf. That would please her too. It is so early in the day that I shall still get there in good time." So she ran from the path into the wood to look for a perfect leaf for her lovely grandmother, and so got deeper and deeper into the wood. Meanwhile, the wolf ran straight to the grandmother's house and knocked at the door. "Who is there?" "Little Red Riding Hood," replied the wolf. "She is bringing cake and wine." "Lift the latch," called out the grandmother. "I am too weak and cannot get up." The wolf lifted the latch, the door sprang open, and without saying a word he went straight to the grandmother's bed and devoured her. Then he put on her clothes, dressed himself in her cap, laid himself in bed, and drew the curtains. Little Red Riding Hood, however, had been running about collecting leaves, and when she had gathered so many that she could carry no more, she realized how dark it was getting and remembered her grandmother, and set out on the way to her. She was surprised to find the cottage door standing open, and when she went into the room, she felt very uneasy. She called out, "Good morning," but received no answer. So she went to the bed and drew back the curtains. There lay her grandmother, looking very strange. "Oh, grandmother," she said, "what big ears you have." "All the better to hear you with, my child," was the reply. "But grandmother, what big eyes you have," she implored. "All the better to see you with, my dear." "But grandmother, what large hands you have." "All the better to hug you with," said the wolf. "Oh, but grandmother, what a terribly big mouth you have," cried Little Red. "All the better to eat you with, my dear." And scarcely had the wolf said this than with one bound he was out of bed and swallowed up Red Riding Hood. When the wolf had appeased his appetite, he lay down again in the bed, fell asleep, and began to snore.
Wow, that sure gave me the chills.
Definitely, on a lighter note, the Panther Players will be putting on their production of Godspell on December 5th and 6th.
It's the story of the building of a community on the values of peace, love, and friendship through the immortal teachings of Jesus.
Sounds like a pretty rad show, full of all the singing, dancing, and other general frivolity that one can expect in such a spectacle. Am I right?
Indubitably. I've already got my tickets.
Righteous, dude. Righteous.
In video production, we learn various editing techniques to make our videos look stunning. Recently, our class learned how to use the doppelganger effect to make the same person appear twice on the same screen. Here's one student's short film that showcases this new editing technique.
Oh my gosh, I did so bad on this test. This class sucks.
You'd have to be 4 not to get this. I aced the damn thing. It was easy. Last time I'm telling the story, right? So RPC, Lion's Den, in the middle. There's this guy hiding in the middle, just with like, it's like really huge. It's like, who needs that kind of, dude? Come on, how hard is it?
Continue, yes.
Yes, okay. It's huge, and then like this.
What?
It's fine. All right. So as I was saying, he just comes through, just lights us up. It's a slaughter. It's like we play like 20.
We gotta go to class now.
Oh,
See ya.
see ya. Smooth move, Butterfingers. Who are you? I'm you. Duh. What do you want? I'm here to shed some light on your actions. Try thinking about how you treat others instead of just how you treat yourself. My bad.
How did they do that? Well, folks, it's all thanks to the power of editing and learning new and different techniques every day during video production.
Before we move on to our next portion of our show, we'd like to bring up that everyone seems to be getting into the holiday spirit lately.
I totally agree with you. To celebrate the season, the Nashua High School South Music Department will present their annual Santa Fun concert, which will be held in the school's auditorium on Tuesday, December 16th and Wednesday, December 17th.
For several years, the Santa Fun concerts have always been hugely well-attended events. The choirs under the direction of Mr. Broskis and the bands under the direction of Mr. Coronis will all perform holiday-themed selections on both nights of the concerts.
Sounds like a blast of a time. I'll buy my tickets.
In this next video, we have another video essay from our trip to Boston. The topic in this was textures. Let's take a look.
Look pretty cool, right? Let's move on to our next story.
Recently, in the school senate, a bill was passed allowing kids to eat snacks during E-Block at Nashua High School South. Senate President JHDD had this to say about the new food bill. It is an opportunity for kids to eat before lunch as they grow hungry throughout the day. E-Block is the time of the day is the time to do it as of now, but in years to come, the school senate may choose to allow snacks throughout the entire school day at the discretion of the teacher. Now time for a short break.
The students of National High School South don't daydream of success in class. They raise their chins high and walk forward to what they want to achieve. That's why in our house, the Panthers roar and our students soar.
People don't play sports because it's fun.
Ask any athlete, most of them hate it, but they couldn't imagine their life without it.
It's part of them, the love-hate relationship. It's what they live for.
They live for the practices, cheers, long bus rides, invitationals.
Countless pairs of different types of shoes, water, Gatorade, and coaches you hate but appreciate.
They live for the way it feels when they beat the other team.
And knowing the 2 extra sprints they ran at practice were worth it.
They live for the way they become a family with their team.
They live for the countless songs they sing in their head while training all those hours.
They live for the competition. They live for the friends, the practices, the memories.
The pain, it's who they are.
It's who we are. We are Panthers.
Now it's time for another short film. This is an adaptation of the famous fairy tale Jack and the Beanstalk, but with a modern twist. Watch as a young boy climbs high to answer his longing question.
Hey, Daddy, you want to play baseball? I need to get another home run when Mommy comes home next week.
Not right now. I'm a little busy. Maybe later.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm putting some of Mommy's stuff away.
Why? Isn't Mommy coming home next week?
No, she won't be home for a while. I can't talk about it right now. Why don't you go play some video games?
Okay. I miss you, Mommy.
Hey there, my handsome little man. Mommy misses you so much. How is baseball going? Daddy told me that you hit a home run at your last game. Way to go. I'm so proud of you. I wish I could have been there, but don't worry. I'll be at your next game. I'm coming home.
Reese, where are you? Reese, what are you doing up here?
What's this letter?
The letter is from the people that Mommy worked for. It says that Mommy was hurt really badly on one of her missions.
Is she okay?
No, Mommy tried really hard, but in the end, she wasn't strong enough to hold on anymore.
You mean she's not alive anymore? She's not coming back?
No, she isn't coming back. She's living with great-grandma and great-grandpa now.
Oh, Mommy took care of us. Who's going to take care of us now?
I'm still here, and so are you, so we can take care of each other, all right?
Okay.
And Mommy will always be watching over us. She'll always be here, in our hearts.
Daddy, why'd you put Mom's stuff in the attic?
I missed her so much, I couldn't bear to have her stuff around the house.
But should we keep her stuff to remember her? I think Mommy would want that.
You know what, Reese? You're right. Mommy would want that.
So we can bring her stuff back downstairs?
Of course.
What an interesting take on a classic story. Check out the NTCHDTV YouTube page for more great fairy tale videos.
To close things off, let's see our fun fact of the day.
Did you know that if you yelled for 8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, you would have produced enough sound energy to heat up 1 cup of coffee?
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacob Barton.
And I'm Nick Anastasi signing off.